Hi, thanks for the question about what is a single theme rule in book writing. Well, what it is a lot of new writers struggle because they've got lots of ideas and stories, and then they want to get them all out on the page, but they're almost trying to write two different books, if not three. And one tells their story of struggle and hope across a few topics, perhaps, because each story might bring up a few different themes. And the other part is perhaps tips and lessons so that you can do it yourself. And it's all a bit of a jumble. Mixing genres might be okay if you're clear on your message to the reader, but not mixing genres and a mixed up message that's just a mess. So this creates problems in the writing, but also more so in the marketing of a book because you lose your angle that you could have had if you have a theme. I mean, what will you say in the book blurb to interest people in your book? So that's why I'm on board with the single theme rule. So let's have a think about the different books out there that have been successful and identify their theme. Starts with why. Putting your reason for doing this work is better than the what you do or how you do it. And the reason first is the theme. Bounce Forward by Sam Cawthorn, who went through a horrible accident. I use this as a good example of working in your story of hope and adversity while making it practical for someone else to turn their adversity into a success. And he uses quotes and examples. And yeah, it's a very much self-help type book, but with a theme, a cohesive theme. Remember that when you do narrow your theme, don't forget that the most important thing is your book must deliver. You can't game the system. Your book must have the goods. So you've got to have good writing that flows well, that requires good editing, so that you're not just grammatically correct, but also it's like easy to read. Also listening to your writing helps. And then good design so that we can see that the page is nicely laid out and doesn't hurt our eyes from straining for little text or little lines that are too close. Another thing you obviously need is a good for sale sign, like your blurb. So you can't sell a house without a for sale sign, can you? And your blurb is where you sell your book. So never rush writing the blurb and always have a good editor or friend look over it and give them some more ideas of what's in your book, that's going to come out in your blurb. Like you're looking for benefits of reading as well as what's in the book. And the theme will make that blurb writing job much easier. And the more that you know your reader, the better your book theme and thesis will be. If you don't know your reader very well and what's in their head, what they're thinking, then maybe write out your synopsis, it's called, just like a summary of your book and why they would be interested in reading it. Otherwise, if that starts to be a struggle, why they be interested, what's the topic, what's the theme of the book, then it will be hard to sell that book later. So make sure that you do that in the early stages. Okay. Also, I'd love you to subscribe and hit the little bell if you want to be notified, and we'll keep in touch and leave a comment if you want. Thank you.